There is a lot happening around us. And if you are not focusing on everything connected to the economy and money, the actual financial system, you may not preserve your wealth. The question all asks here is that will crypto market be affected when there is a huge downturn again in the economy? Should you exit the market as a whole, or take some profits and stand aside, or play the market? What can you do? You need to first study the macro scenario of how this investing stuff works and how your portfolio will be impacted based on different assets which you have in your portfolio. The world is again headed towards another lockdown. As you can see in different parts of the world, that stuff is going to impact. Now, it won't just be impacting one area of investing, it's going to be impacting on majority of the friends of money. Why? Human beings are there. The health crisis is being now turned as a financial crisis, and it's already a recession mode in majority of the nations. Now, what you have to look at is whether this will go in towards an economic depression. If that happens, that's going to be damaging a lot of portfolios if you are not aligned well. So when I say aligned well, you'll have to look at different items, right? So when you jump into the crypto market, you can see, yeah, we are doing fine. Last week, it's cool. The last 24 hours, yeah, that's not bad. We are still running high and running up. That's better. But now you'll have to go through different assets and see what these are doing. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. This is a chart of XRP on a daily. If this candle is closing to the downside, then it's kind of a little bit of bearishness coming up if that really happens, because that's kind of a divergence which you get. Here the close is at around 0.5, and here right now if you're getting it close below, then that's kind of 0.63 and then coming back below that 0.6 mark. But in the RSI, you're kind of getting a double top. That's a possibility. Now, what if we bounce from this mark of our bot level of 70 and then go above? Then it's cool. Why? Because you want to look at what really is happening, and if that plays out, you can just draw a line here and see what it is playing out. Say if it is going above this high here in RSI, that's invalidated, and that should push the price up, right? But we'll have to look at all the different scenarios. Now, we are getting a lot of fundamental news which highlights that the direction we are headed is going to be green. But does the economy or the macro perspective fit this one? We'll have to look at that. So here in the chart of XRP, you can kind of put a horizontal line like this. Okay, it's cool, great. So if we go above this, then that's all well and good. So you have to consider different scenarios, right? So you step back. This is the weekly chart of XRP to look at what really is happening. Now, we've been following all the bottoms. Then we understood, yeah, it's right, we're following the bottom. But anyway, we are moving to the upside. We got change in direction here, right? This was a high, here low, then again a high low, similar range, then moving upside. So all these way, when you're looking at here, this is a higher high, again the same, and again a new high. Now, the question here is, will we get a completion and reach somewhere near 0.9 and put a higher high there? Now, yeah, there would be questions. Say Coinbase had 0.92 when we had 0.78 here. So that differs based on different exchanges you trade. Now, here, if you are looking at this pattern, it's kindly, showing you that, buddy, this is happening here. The sellers were pushing the price down, the highs were going down, but from some point it was consolidating and it's changing. It's changing. The highs are coming back up. So the next possibility is that the high may be higher than the recent one. So you do have to consider that before you jump out of this asset. Now, that's on a daily time frame here. That was on a weekly time frame here, right? So the RSI was supporting, the MACD was supporting what we just stated here. Now you jump into a 3-day chart. So it's kind of stepping in a bit, zooming a little bit in. And then you look at this. So when we discussed this previously, I highlighted that what happened with the RSI when it's at the top and the bottom, and the same structure is continuing. So the pattern and the structure in one asset, say you are looking at the structural pattern in one asset, and if you're putting that into a different asset, the chances there would be 60-70. The probability of same asset playing. Now you have to understand, you look at your portfolio and you see, if you are investing in XRP, chances are that you would be investing in XLM. Now look at various different assets and think, are you investing in all of them? No. In a similar manner, price fluctuation varies based on different investors. The group of investors here in Ether and ADA looks so similar. If you look at the price fluctuation, the psychology of money there, you understand that. Now, if you want that confirmation, what I can do is I'll just take you guys directly towards the chart of Ether. And this one is on a daily. I'll just delete all these lines and take you guys towards a weekly chart. Now this weekly chart, if you focus here from the top to the bottom and how the money is moving there, the price fluctuation or the pattern as you call, and then you move into Cardano. You can move into Cardano and look at this like this. Okay, so the top to the bottom, it definitely looks same. So it doesn't mean these are moving together. Yeah, in one way or the other you can say that, but what really is happening in behind the scenes is like, individuals, those who are trading Ether are also trading Cardano. So that's kind of a conclusion which you can get there. Now, when you come back here, you do have to understand the structural pattern will play out. If it has happened in XRP itself, chances are it's going to repeat itself here in XRP. Now, from the 3-day, you can actually kind of move out and look at this. Say here on the same 3-day, you're looking at this. So what are the chances here? The price is at the top, price is breaking out. Just 2 days back when we were somewhere here, I told you guys the chances are here the price is reaching a resistance, but RSI had a lot of room, right? So now if you look at that, yes, RSI still has a lot of room to the upside to cross these highs which we put recently. So even 0.75, we may cross that. The chances are high for that. But yes, on a shorter time frame, not short, say medium time frame, on a daily, you kind of get this picture there. So you need to invalidate this pattern first so that we can move ahead. Now, this is another scenario on a 3-day chart, right? I created this chart back on February 12th. So as we break above this, we also have this resistance line there. Now, when you go back into the price and look at the price, you can also that was a mistake. You can also see that particular level of 0.59, it's still holding. So if we close above this one, that's bullish. Now you go back and see the price closed here around 0.63. So that's bullish. On the same day, we came back, we retested that low and went up. Now, at the same time, if you look at the price action there, for me, it kind of looked like, a shooting star, a possibility of kind of a hanging candle. I'll have to check the actual definition for that in the technical, but that's a reversal pattern. So I can say just a moment, let me actually rearrange this stuff so that we don't actually miss the actual pump there. So we can actually go check at the hanging man candle. I'm sorry about that, just messed it up. But anyway, we're gonna get that candlestick pattern. Yeah, this is what I'm actually talking about. Whenever I see something in like this, yeah, that's hanging man. So yeah, I just got confused, but that's the same stuff. You see this? Now you go back into the chart and you can actually look at that and say, okay, there is a possibility that that's forming here. Now if it does, then you're looking back as a support of 0.5. So when we say there is a huge chance that the price of major economy and the stocks and other stuffs in the market may go down, don't get confused thinking, okay, even the crypto is going to the downside. Why? In any market, you will first look at the market cycle and then understand where you are in the market cycle, right? So for that, it's always better to come into an asset. Say you want to look at the general altcoin market cap, right? What's the altcoin market cap generally doing? You can actually delete all these and just come out, look at it on a weekly, 3-day or monthly, depending upon which you want. But here I'm using a weekly chart. So that's convenient for you guys too. We are moving upside. This is a bull market. I don't think many of you will try to even argue that we are already in a bull market. This is the pattern which you can actually see there. Now, if you go in XRP and look at what really is happening technically, you kind of get something similar, right? Now, these lines are not perfectly fine because I haven't actually aligned that, but you can see what I'm talking here, right? We are breaking above that particular trend line. Now, if that really is happening and the RSI is also supporting that in a huge manner with that, how can we even explain this? You can actually understand this was like a 3-year rounded bottom pattern in which the price accumulation zone was always present, right? Those who accumulated in this area have already made money. 10x at least in different assets, huge. Say those who entered in Cardano just made that in last 3 months. Those who entered in IOTA and others made 200, 300x in a couple of months. So these are different assets, right? So this is the market cycle. Now, with this market cycle, keep this in your mind. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just take a screenshot of that one and keep it there, and then take you guys to Cardano. Okay, so this is Cardano USD. Now again on a weekly. So look at this pattern forming here, and then you go into again my mistake. You go into this particular chart. So one here is the Cardano, and then this one is the altcoin market cap. So the pattern which you see here is similar. Now, as I told, Ether was having similar pattern there too. So when you see this, again, it's showing you the same pattern, right? Now, why am I showing you guys this? Then I will actually take you towards XRP USD pair. Now, you look at this XRP USD pair and then again go back to the altcoin cap. What really is happening here? It's so clear that the price here in the general altcoin market has actually went up, and this particular asset is still just starting it to the upside. Now, if you're thinking it's going to the downside with all these SEC news and other stuff, I don't kind of agree with you on that one, because at least the price and the market is not agreeing with that. Now, yeah, you can actually go into the BTC market and say what BTC is doing there, so that if you're trading with the BTC pair, you need to understand what really is happening. Now, on a weekly, you can see that the RSI is bouncing back. The price has broken this level, and the weekly candle is still going up with the MACD bouncing. So that's going to be on a parabolic entry, right? Now, this was the previous high, and you see this one. Now, if you zoom out and go back, you can see we crossed above that 1, 2, 3, 4 times here. You just concentrate on this end here in this area. You can see how the MACD is reacting. 1, 2, 3, then all the way down. So this is kind of, the first wave, and the second wave is just popping up. So chances are we may even go to 65, 70. We don't know. If it's entering into bubble territory, it may even extend towards 100K or, 115. But I still don't believe it's going to go to 1 million or 500,000 and those kind of stuff based on, different individuals. Now, when you enter back into the market and see all these green numbers, you also want to make these yours, right? So what can you actually do? Say we put these kind of charts, say this was on February 12th. Now you go back and look at this chart, say BCH. When I put the price, it was like 539, and I was informing those guys, be patient, because first time when we were bouncing, I informed them to buy, and some of them bought and they were becoming impatient. That's why I put that one. Right now it's 688. So just 2 days back, it was 539. So majority of them are in profit. Now, Zcash. Now this is kind of a bonus for you guys too, because say the target here is too high and this one is like $126. Now you go into your chart and you can go back and look at Zcash. It's 165. So we are doing cool. Now these are different assets which I put alerts in this channel. Say my Patreon group, say OMG, we already reached our target. You're in this market to make money. So if you really want to make money, you should be looking at different items where we reach our targets, where your patterns are valid, where your pattern give you the targets and those targets are achieved. It should be in a manner that you are achieving your target, because there's not only one asset in this market where you go and see like, okay, this did 100%, this did 137%, this did 40%. So where are you? Are you in that one, or are you in something which is negative, like this is a stable coin? If you have already moved out of the market thinking there is a crash and you're in a stable coin, you're not making money. In a bull market, it's never perfectly fine to exit the market to wait for a dip. If you have entered into a position, yes, you can take a little bit of profit, and then if you believe there is a possibility for a dip, you can buy the dip. That's fine. Now, why do I say this? Because again, I would take you back to this macro perspective. Say XRP Mammy put this one out in a tweet, and it's kind of clear. At the top, it's showing derivatives and unfunded liabilities. If you are looking at US, that's huge amount. Considering the total size of the economy, they are not going to be able to fund that one, right? So then you have other stuffs, bonds, treasuries, paper money, all the other stuffs. These are huge amount. Now, don't even consider everything. Just consider 20% or 10% of everything. Still, you're going to be talking about huge numbers in XRP. Now, that may not happen in this market cycle because the governments are really slow. Once they come out with their central bank digital currency is when you can actually look at those kind of use case, right? When the actual fiat needs a bridge, right? If there is no digital fiat, you don't need a bridge asset. Once those are out, that's when you need it. Now, a lot of guys are talking about, this bull market. But you have to understand, last bear market was the real stuff. You saw a lot of blockchain companies going bankrupt. Ripple did fine during the bear market. And that's the symbol of a perfect company. Now, look at the asset XRP. It has adoption rate even during that bear market. So this bull market, when the price goes up, that will create a FOMO. Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, the next bear market would be showing you what real adoption looks like. Now, those who can envision this will at least hold some of their portfolio through the bear market, or they'll try to buy it back at the bottom and then ride it in the next wave too, right? So the economy is actually showing you different signs that if you agree with this or not, the markets are going to be dropped again. This time, it can be in the name again of lockdown. It can be in different aspects, but the market is going to go down. There is a huge possibility or a probability that this is going to happen. Now, Stedas put this tweet out, and that's crazy. The statement made by David Schwartz is perfectly fine, and you all know this. Just not everyone realizes that this is going to happen sooner, right? You're not thinking about 10 years. You're not thinking about 5 years. You're looking at next 2 to 5 years, everything is going to be executed. But that doesn't mean the price is going to go up next cycle, because this market cycle will play out. If you believe this or not, when the price was around 0.19, 0.2, 0.165, 0.12, I've been telling this. I don't know how many of you cared and how many of you did what you had to do to make these 500-600% profit in your account. If you are an XRP holder, now if you were trading 10% of your account, like what I suggest my patrons, and give them the charts so that they can trade and make money, and I'm seeing a huge response rate from them showing, I invested in something. From $1,000, I went to $2,000 in a week. From $10,000, I went to $28,000. A lot of different stuff, and I'm really happy for you guys. So here, David Schwartz highlights, it is fantastic to see companies building systems that add utility to XRP. And I think the ability to use XRP directly in smart contract is going to be tremendously useful. Now, I said this before when we were looking at Flare, how they are going to connect XRP Ledger, Ether, Avalanche, all these best things are going to be joined in Flare, and then the movement of value will be based on XRP Ledger. Wow, that's going to be a huge change in what you are going to see. Now, these are kind of the actual thing which you need to understand the background research, which happened previously. Yes, I do agree that, but it didn't happen, right? And once they executed those, they understood Ripple is the best way to do that transfers. Now, when you go through these articles, you understand the real fundamentals. Now, when that real fundamentals is being adopted, say the MasterCard is allowing some of the crypto in this digital asset boom. Why? Because they also need to make money. They're not, standing aside looking how people are making money, because they also want to loot these people, or at least use them to make more money, create more service for more customers and make money, right? So here, Nothing puts this one, and that shows the path ahead. Clear crypto rules urgently needed as major companies embrace this asset. Do have to understand the regulators are going to make it soon. Now, because this is a question where companies are entering, banks are entering the space, and they don't have proper regulatory clarity, and they will come and say regulators crashed us. So in order to avoid that, they would try to be clear, and I think it will happen soon. Can banks be their own bank? Now that would be a question against the central bank. So that's why they'll have to come out with the central bank digital currency, right? But still, they are considering that. They are not neglecting that, right? So they are looking to offer the crypto custody and the brokerages. Now, this is also a concern for the current crypto exchanges. If banks are going to give them ability for the customers to trade in their platform, now those exchanges which are giving hard time to customers, saying we have a whole time, saying we do this our way, it's kind of slow, you have to wait, blah blah blah, they will start losing customers, and they'll move into these kind of institutions. So that has to be eyed clearly. Clear crypto rules urgently needed as major companies embrace this asset. Now, this is something which I showed you here, but this is from Reuters. This is the opened article, the actual article there. So when you go through this, she's highlighting Tesla. It's one of the big name in the industry right now. And when they highlight this, it's so clear, right? So it's not only that there have been calls for clarity for some time, and that new administration brings the chance to take a fresh look. But it is also a moment where it seems others in the marketplace are also taking a fresh look. That means those who were saying, okay, we are not entering this asset class, is now reconsidering and entering this asset class. So if you don't want to be left out, when the economy crashes, they will all look for an alternative asset class. Question is, will this asset be that asset class which you are looking at? And if it is, which will be the asset which they are looking at? It won't be just one asset for sure. If they are entering, they would be entering top 5, top 10 different coins, right? Even 1% of their portfolio with the clarity entering into crypto market will push us even higher. So you need to be prepared. So I definitely hope you guys received value for your time, and if you did, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Now, if you want these kind of technicals for the assets which you have in your portfolio, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description. Now, there are different tiers which you can use to increase your wealth. Now, it's not only one individual doing this, it's a lot of individuals there. It's 834 patrons who are now active and making money. If you would like to do the same, you can try it out. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.